Hi guys, welcome back to Vlog Media. This is again me, Mark. I'm an MBA graduate and a doctor, and I use this channel to educate people and share my advice about what I learned from the MBA. And for today's video, one friend of mine tried to ask me about, so Mark, how can you possibly disrupt a business? Well, my answer is that's a very difficult proposition to do. However, there's one way we can do that.
Tell me more.
So as you can see, guys, during the past 6, 7, or 8 years ago, I used to be a research professor way back in the Philippines, and I teach medical research.
A mad scientist.
So I realized that I could actually use this medical research to transform it into a kind of business research.
Transform!
So I pondered about how to disrupt a company, and I realized it's easier than you think.
Really?
Really? Really?
Really?
So, so for you to disrupt something, you have to deliver a service or a product that's better than the present company or the company that you're trying to disrupt. So what I'm trying to say is that given the fact that you don't have any funds, you don't have any company, you're out of nothing versus a Goliath out there. So what can you do? Well, obviously you can't do anything. Now, there's one small way that you can actually do it, only if you do it really right. Okay? So the first thing is, for example, you want to compete with, for example, you have a rival which is actually has a restaurant, and you want to build another restaurant. So the thing is, for you to disrupt that existing restaurant that's been going in operation for years and decades, and given with their expertise and experience, that's a very difficult proposition to disrupt. So here is where the idea of a business research will work in your favor to disrupt that business. So first, try not to think of your rival. Although, yeah, you can think of your rival, but the best thing you can do is actually just like what Jeff Bezos said, the owner of Amazon. So he said that focus on the customer and make sure that you have that kind of customer obsession with you. So given that point that you have a customer obsession, you need to know what your customer wants. Obviously, you can't read their minds. We're not psychics, right? So one way to get through their minds is actually to do a business research. And the research that you're going to do is what we call in medical research as a cross-sectional research. In the business world, it's simply called a survey. So if you do a survey, you need to determine two things. Okay? The first thing you need to determine for that kind of survey is your target market. So who is your customer? Get to know your customer, because they're the ones most likely who's gonna buy or patronize your product. So your target customer. First, get to know the target customer, and the second is make a questionnaire. What do they want? So you have to carefully lay that out, and you can write it on a piece of paper and distribute it as pamphlets, and make a dry run. So let's say get a dry run of about 20 people about your product, and based on their answers, you can further refine the questions. What do they want?
What do you want?
What do I want?
Tell me.
Refine those questions when you think you're ready to give these questions to 400 people. And once you deliver them to 400 of your target or most probable target market, then collect the data and you can generate what they actually want. You can actually repeat this over and over again in several iterations of the business research. Well, one research may not be well enough, but you can do about 20 researches to answer your questions on how to disrupt your potential competitor. So when you get enough of this, like if you've done probably 50 of these researchers, asking different questions what the customer wants. You can make a recommendation and you can have a mental framework in your head. You know what the customer really wants and you're confident enough to deliver that. Then, my friend, you can now possibly disrupt your competitor.
Fantastic news!
That's how easy it is. Well, easier said than done, but you have to make a lot of efforts to do those business research. And therefore, actually, what I'm trying to say is that research in business is one of the most important things to be successful, aside from the business plan. You need to know what the customer wants. You have to get in their minds. Okay? So to do it, you need to do research. And that, my friend, answers the question on how to disrupt a company. Easy. Alright, so if you like this video, please comment, like, share, and subscribe, and follow my growing channel. And see you again on the next video. So, bye for now.